This is Zenless on Zero after the ray tracing update, or rather DirectX 12. DirectX 12 with highest possible settings that I actually know of, with DLSS and no upscaling trickery. It's just ray tracing ultra with native resolution. And of course, the rest of the settings are high. Of course, the lighting itself in the actual game is naturally just better. I mean, that's the job of the ray tracing in the first place. You can see on Premier's robe, which is the character that is, well, running. Her robe is very reflective. If I go over the water, yes, the reflections of the water is also really high quality as well. Especially far out in the distance where it lacks any sort of wave. And of course, the boats are low quality because they're far away. And that's how it usually. I guess you could go here. Of course, I will use the characters with the most effects, so the ray tracing does its job to the fullest. GPU usage is sitting at 99%. I don't know how to get it to 100%, but it shouldn't be an issue. 1% lows of 30, average FPS of 70.
What's this? Ride the wind. You're fine.
So the performance is really poor, if I'm honest. It's only 70 FPS at native settings, and just for the sake of it, I think I will actually do upscaling, so it has the best chance of actually, well, getting the best. So frame gen, quality settings, unlimited FPS, the highest settings. So this is with quality upscaling. Naturally, the FPS jumps up to 120 FPS while just running around. And in combat, let's find out. Same team. And this is with stock settings and the performance BIOS mode on mine. 59. That's the best possible.
Stand down.
And of course, naturally, the FPS numbers are more than double. Especially the average FPS is jumping from 70s to go to Luminous Square. And yeah, the FPS is hovering around 150. 150, but the 1% lows are actually the same. 30. Especially the 0.1% lows. Yeah, this is a very poor implementation of DirectX 12. I really doubt that they actually did playtest this, if I'm honest. This is with quality DLSS as well. Just the settings that NVIDIA actually do expect you to use instead of just, native horsepower performance, raster performance. And that is still not the main concern. My main concern is the power draw, which is just during combat I saw a spike of 605 watts, which is higher than the cable is, well, rated for, which is 600 watts. I know it's properly seated in there. I actually jammed it in there until it clicked, which I honestly doubt it's still enough to actually prevent that issue. Yeah, even on a 60 FPS captured video, I'm really sure that you can still see the 0.1%, the low 1% lows, which is really poor. And just so there's a comparison, I'm gonna play the game without DirectX 12, which is, well, before NVIDIA's ray tracing update, at the highest possible settings, of course. Well, there's something to compare the performance of DirectX 12 to. So, unlimited FPS, 1.2 rendering scale with super sound SMMA or anti-aliasing, and without DirectX 12 the FPS is hovering around 120, the low 1% lows being 12, but you can tell that it's a lot better, as those spikes are actually a lot less frequent and a lot shorter as well. The power draw, of course, is naturally just lower. Instead of 460, I'm just seeing 370s. And in combat, the same exact characters, BIOS setting at least, just without DirectX 12, and for some reason the audio won't capture on, well, DirectX 1, but it shouldn't affect the performance of the actuals. And yeah, it's a lot more stable, obviously. I'm seeing an average of 200 FPS, power draw 500, and low 1% of... Nope, you can see it at the top right anyway. And yeah, DirectX 12 is way too unstable for current use, and I do not recommend it. Just play the game at... Well, just play the game at the norm, without DirectX 12. It's not recommended. And I'm pretty sure it will be a lot worse on lower end systems like a 5060 Ti 16 gig or even a 5070, but I digress because the last few games that I've played was actually not really optimized for high-end systems like this one, which is 5090. Yeah, these are really bad. So play without DirectX 12. That's the best I can actually do. And just as a side note, I do have the latest NVIDIA drivers. Which is, yep, the latest. Up to date, reinstall, installed game ready driver. Even, yeah, NVIDIA says it themselves. These are the 4 games that it was actually made for, and yeah, it's pretty poor.